Hello everyone. A mechanic I worked with a long time ago told me when I started to buy my own tools that I should buy the best tools I could afford. That was excellent advice. A good tool lasts a long time. Even though it might be tempting to buy less expensive tools, in the long run you're better off with good tools. I have some of my tools that I bought over 20 years ago. They were good quality then and they've lasted a long time. So I thought I'd show you some of the tools that I've accumulated over a period of time. I started out with a basic set of open-end wrenches and combination wrenches. They were quite good. These are Craftsman, that's good quality. And over a period of time I added some specialty wrenches, which are also useful. So from top to bottom, this is a socket head wrench. It has opened end wrench on this end, and the other end is a 6-point socket which swivels. Next is a deep offset wrench. You can use this to reach up into confined spaces. Next is a flare nut wrench. You put this over lines or tubing, you get to a fitting and you can tighten it or loosen it. This is a gear head wrench, open end wrench on one end and a ratcheting box wrench on the other. Last is a stubby wrench. It's short, you get into small spaces with that. And the same way with ratchets and sockets. This is a basic socket set. There's 6-point. I like 6-point sockets because I think they grip the fasteners a little bit more securely. And a standard 3/8 drive ratchet. I also have 1/4-inch drive sets and 1/2-inch drive sets, so depending on what you're working on you can get the right size socket and ratchet. But there are other things you can add to a socket collection. This is a short-handled flex head socket wrench, ratchet wrench. You can move it around for getting into tight spaces. This is a long-handled ratchet for reaching up into hard-to-reach spaces. This is a breaker bar if you need some extra leverage to get fastener loose. It's useful. This is a set of swivel head ratchets. You can get them in standard and metric. These are 6-point and they swivel. They're on something I call a socket rail. I don't know what the right term is, but this is useful if you work out in the field or work outside and you use a socket. When you put your tools away, if you see a peg missing, then you know a socket's still missing. So it's a good way to account for sockets. And sometimes you run across little specialty gadgets. This is a screw starter. You set it, put the screw on, push down, and now the screw is held so you can start the screw if you can't reach it any other way. Then when it's started, just pull it off. The other end is a magnet. So if you drop the screw, you can get it back. As I got more involved with engine work, I accumulated some specialty engine tools that you really need to have if you're working on engine overhauls. First is a ridge reamer. This will remove the ridge from the top of a cylinder so you can get the pistons out. It has a cutter wheel here, right there. It fits down in the cylinder this way. You use this to expand the cutter so it gently contacts the ridge. Turn it, and as the ridge is removed, you can continue to increase it till you get down to the cylinder wall, and then you can easily remove piston without damaging anything. This is a piston ring groove cleaner. Piston would fit down in here. You would select the right size, right width cutter, and then gently rotate the piston. That will remove all the dirt and carbon from a ring groove. This is a cylinder hone. Use this to put the cross hatching back in a worn cylinder, which is important. And finally, a ring compressor, so you can compress the piston rings when you insert the piston back into the cylinder. So those are some of the tools I've accumulated. If you're starting out, it's good to get good tools. They'll last you a long time. Before I go, there was one other thing that is actually quite useful. If you work with fasteners, you'll probably run into damaged fasteners and you may not be able to replace them, so you can re-thread them. This is a thread repair kit. This comes with an assortment of outside thread repair taps and internal thread repair dies. This set will not cut new threads. You have to have a regular tap and die set for that, but this set will clean up existing threads that are damaged or dirty, and that's actually quite handy to have. So thanks very much for listening to all this, and I want to thank everyone that's been watching my plane spotting videos. I know my channel has a mixture of things, so I appreciate everybody's support. And this is December 29th, 2012, so I wish everybody a healthy, happy new year. Take care. Thank you.